I never told my best friend I lied about why I missed his wedding because the truth is I couldn't watch him marry the girl I'd loved since senior year. And when he said, "I wish you'd been there, it didn't feel right without you," I just said I was sick and let him believe I cared less than I did. I never told my best friend I lied about why I missed his wedding. He thinks I was sick. Some kind of stomach bug. That's what I told him the morning of his wedding. A short, rushed text that probably sounded apologetic enough. It worked. He believed me. Wrote back something nice. "I really wish you were here. It didn't feel right without you." I never replied. He doesn't know the truth. And I don't think I'll ever tell him. The truth is, I couldn't watch him marry the girl I've loved since high school. I met her first. Junior year, English class. She sat next to me during the first week because her last name came right after mine on the roll sheet. We started joking about the teacher's weird laugh, and from that moment on, we were just connected. It wasn't a crush, not right away. It felt easier than that. Familiar. She'd text me at midnight about some dumb dream she had. I'd send her videos of raccoons trying to open garbage cans. That kind of stuff. Nobody else really got us. We had our own language. And sometimes I caught her looking at me in a way that made my stomach twist. But neither of us ever said anything. I guess I always thought I had time. Then senior year hit. Prom came and went. We didn't go together. She went with a guy she worked with at her weekend job. I went solo and ended up leaving early. We talked less after graduation. Life started pulling us in different directions. And then, out of nowhere, my best friend met her at a party I skipped. He didn't know anything. I'd never told him about my feelings for her. Why would I? We were all just friends back then. Or at least, that's what I told myself. But when he started seeing her, something inside me folded. I smiled. I said all the right things. I listened to him talk about her like she was a new song he couldn't stop playing. And I smiled. "You're lucky," I remember telling him once. "She's one of the good ones." I don't know if he heard the crack in my voice when I said it. The worst part? She seemed happy with him. Like really happy. And that was supposed to be a good thing, right? That's what you're supposed to want for people you care about. But every time she laughed at his jokes, I felt like someone was stealing something from me I never even got to hold. They dated through college. Moved in together. Started doing holidays as a couple. He'd bring her to our game nights. I always ended up sitting across the table from her. She'd smile at me like nothing had ever been unspoken between us. Maybe nothing had. Maybe it was all in my head. But I knew what I felt. Once, we ended up alone in the kitchen during a party. She was pouring wine. I made some joke about how grown up we'd all become. She looked up and said, "I still feel 17 sometimes." Then she laughed. I watched her twist the cork back into the bottle, and I wanted to say something. Anything. I didn't. The night he proposed, he called me first. Told me how nervous he was. How he'd practiced the speech. I helped him plan the weekend getaway. Picked the spot. Even booked the cabin. They got engaged under a waterfall. When she called to tell me, her voice was shaking. "Can you believe it?" she said. "I'm gonna marry him." I said, "Of course I can believe it." I almost threw my phone out the window. For the next year, I pretended. Bachelor party. Tux fittings. Group chats. I was part of all of it. He even asked if I wanted to give a toast at the wedding. I said I'd think about it. Truthfully, I'd already decided I wouldn't go. I just didn't know how to say that yet. As the day got closer, I tried to talk myself into it. Told myself it wasn't about me. That he was my best friend. That she was never mine to lose. But every time I imagined watching her walk down the aisle toward him, something in me just froze. So I lied. I sent the text while sitting in bed, phone shaking in my hand. "Hey, man. I'm so sorry. Woke up sick this morning. Must be a stomach bug or something. I'm really disappointed I can't be there. Hope it's an amazing day." He texted back. "Damn, that sucks. Hope you feel better soon. We'll miss you. Really wish you were here." I didn't answer. I turned off my phone, lay back in bed, and stared at the ceiling for 6 straight hours. I didn't cry. I didn't move. I just existed. The kind of numb that only comes when you realize something important is officially gone. He called me a few days later. Just to catch up. Said the wedding was beautiful. Said she looked incredible. Said he got choked up during his vows. I told him that sounded amazing. Then he paused. I wish you'd been there. It didn't feel right without you. And all I said was, yeah, I hated missing it. Stupid stomach bug. He believed me. Because why wouldn't he? I never told him. Never told her either. Just swallowed it and let them have their happiness. I'm not proud of it. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't sit there smiling while she became his wife. So now I'm the guy who missed the wedding. The guy who lied about being sick. The one who didn't show up. And honestly, that's easier to live with than being the guy who confessed, ruined everything, and lost them both. 3 weeks after the wedding, I ran into her. It wasn't planned. I was walking through a farmer's market near my apartment, just picking up some bread and trying to feel like a functioning adult. And there she was, standing in line for coffee, alone. She saw me first, waved. Hey, she said, walking over. I thought you were still sick. I forced a smile. Yeah. I mean, not anymore. She didn't buy it. I could tell. Her eyes scanned my face like she was trying to see something I wasn't saying. You really missed it, she said softly. It was a beautiful day. I nodded. I'm sure it was. Then, quieter, she added, I looked for you. A lot. That stung. More than I expected. I looked down at my bag, then back at her. I'm sorry. I wanted to come. I really did. She didn't answer right away. Just tilted her head slightly, like she was trying to hear something underneath my words. You know, she said. He cried during the vows. Full on, couldn't get through the last sentence crying. You would have given him so much shit for that. I laughed. Felt hollow. Yeah, I bet. We stood there for a second, not speaking. The coffee line moved forward. Neither of us moved with it. Then she said something I didn't expect. I was kind of scared you'd show up. I blinked. What? She looked me dead in the eye. Because if you had, I don't know what I would have done. My mouth went dry. I didn't know what to say. She glanced down, suddenly shy, like she hadn't meant to say it out loud. I mean, she added quickly. Not that anything would have changed. It was just a weird feeling, like part of me kept waiting for you, even when I knew you weren't coming. I wanted to ask her what that meant. I wanted to push, but I didn't. I just stood there, the silence stretching between us like wet rope. Then she smiled a tired, knowing kind of smile and said, anyway, it's done now. We're married. You should come by sometime. He misses you. I nodded. I miss you too, she said, almost as an afterthought. Then she turned and walked back toward the coffee line. I watched her go. A few days later, he called. I've got a weird question, he said. Did something happen between you two? My chest tightened. What do you mean? I don't know, he said. She's just been different since she saw you. Quieter. Distant. I asked if you two talked and she just said a little. That's it. I tried to sound casual. I mean, yeah, we talked. Ran into each other at the market. Nothing big? He paused. You're sure? I hated that he was asking. Hated the fear in his voice. I'm sure, I lied. He sighed. Okay. Sorry, man. I guess I've been in my head lately. Everything's fine. Just adjusting to married life, you know? Yeah, I said. Totally normal. We hung up not long after. But something had shifted. I could feel it. A week later, she messaged me. Just one sentence. I need to talk to you. I didn't answer her message right away. I stared at it for hours, kept rereading the words like they might change if I looked long enough. I need to talk to you. No emoji. No follow-up. Just quiet and loaded. The next night, I caved and texted back. When? She replied immediately. Tomorrow night. Can you come by? I shouldn't have gone. Every part of me knew that. But I went anyway. Their apartment looked the same, warm lights, candles, plants she probably still forgot to water. I knocked, and she opened the door wearing a hoodie I recognized from years ago. It used to be mine. She'd borrowed it one night and never gave it back. Hey, she said. Hey. He's working late, she said, stepping aside to let me in. You want water or anything? No, I'm good. We sat on opposite ends of the couch. There was this hum in the air like something big was about to happen, but neither of us knew how to begin. She finally broke the silence. I've been thinking about you. I didn't know what to say, so I just nodded. Back then, she continued, senior year. I used to wonder if you felt the same way I did, but you never said anything. And I didn't either. I guess I thought if it was real, you would have said something. I looked at her. I thought you were happy with him. I am, she said. Then, quietly, mostly. That word hung there, mostly, and suddenly everything I'd buried for years came crawling back. I didn't come to the wedding because I couldn't watch it, I said. Not because I was sick. I couldn't sit there and watch the two of you say forever. I couldn't fake it anymore. She nodded, eyes wet. I figured. Then she said it. The thing I'd never expected to hear. I loved you too. I think I still do. It hit me like a punch. But then she added, but it's too late, right? I didn't answer. I didn't know how. She wiped her eyes and stood up. I shouldn't have said that. I needed to know if I was crazy for still feeling it. You're not, I said. She gave me a sad smile. But I still married him. So what does that make me? I didn't answer that either. I left without touching her. Without saying goodbye. Just walked out into the night and let the door close behind me. But a week later, I got a call from him. His voice was sharp. We need to talk, he said. I know something's going on. When he called, I was at work. I stepped outside to take it, thinking maybe he just wanted to vent or catch up. But the second I heard his voice, I knew this wasn't one of those calls. He didn't sound angry. He sounded hurt. I know something's going on, he said again. I kept my voice steady. What are you talking about? Don't play dumb, man, he said. She's been off for weeks. I ask her what's wrong, and she just says she's tired. She's quiet all the time. She doesn't look at me the same. I said nothing. My heart was pounding. Then he hit me with it. She talks in her sleep sometimes. She said your name. Everything went cold. I leaned against the wall, trying to stay upright. I didn't want to believe it, he said. But then I kept thinking about the wedding. You not showing up. That market run-in. Her mood after that. Look, I started, nothing happened. But something could have, he snapped. Right? He wasn't yelling. That almost made it worse. He sounded like he was trying not to break. I need the truth, he said. If there's even a chance she has feelings for you. I need to know. I stood there frozen. I'm not asking if you kissed her. I'm asking if I've been the backup this whole time. I didn't lie. For the first time in years, I didn't lie. She loved me, I said. And I loved her. Before you even met her. Silence. He hung up without another word. The next day she called. I didn't tell him everything, she said. Her voice was shaking. But I think he knows. He does. I didn't mean for any of this to happen, she whispered. I know. I don't want to hurt him. Then you shouldn't have said what you said. There was a long pause. Do you regret coming over? She asked. I regret all of it, I said. But not for the reasons you think. She didn't reply. Later that night, I saw he'd unfollowed me on everything. No call. No text. Just silence. And maybe that's what I deserved. But a few days after that, someone else reached out, his younger sister. She and I hadn't talked much in years, but she'd always liked me. Her message was simple. He moved out. He's staying with me for now. Says he's not ready to talk to either of you. I still haven't heard from him. I don't think I ever will. Some nights, I stare at my phone and scroll up through old messages, trying to figure out the exact moment I became the kind of person who ruins things just by being honest. People always say the truth sets you free. But all it did was leave me standing alone, watching two people walk away from me in opposite directions. And the worst part is, I still don't know who I was hoping would turn back first.